Brad Schimel will not be a fair and impartial justice on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. I'll go even further. He is simply unfit to sit on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Hello, my name's Tom Dawson. Some of you may remember me as a Wisconsin public intervenor and later as the director of the Environmental Protection Unit at the Wisconsin Department of Justice. I worked under attorneys general, both Democrat and Republican, throughout my career. They were thoroughly professional, understood the law, and they allowed both the public intervenor and the Environmental Protection Unit to do their jobs as required by law. Unfortunately, that changed when Brad Schimel became Attorney General. He appointed his top team. All of them were out of law firms who had represented polluters. Basically, we're talking about a fox put into the chicken coop. It was almost as if they were representing the polluters in the department rather than the citizens of Wisconsin and the enforcement of law. The main example is the so-called 3M case. 3M is a Fortune 500 company. DNR investigated its air pollution control system, found that the company had been in consistent violation of air pollution control laws, and it was violating the permit requirement to report those violations to the DNR. Instead of penalizing 3M, Brad Schimel basically said, you knew what you were doing, but we're going to let you go. We're not going to punish you for what you did. So here was a major failure of the Department of Justice under Brad Schimel to impose penalties for very serious violations of our environmental protection laws. Brad Schimel went around the Environmental Protection Unit. He demonstrated as Attorney General that he could not be fair, he could not be unbiased, he could not enforce the law as required by the statutes. He was solely at the beck and call of industry. I can easily predict that if he's on the Supreme Court, he will rule in favor of industrial parties that appear before the Supreme Court, against the environment, in favor of polluters. He will put the interests of industry ahead of the interests of the public, the citizens of Wisconsin, and public rights in the waters and other natural resources of Wisconsin. To the citizens of Wisconsin, we have a very important election coming up of a justice to the Wisconsin Supreme Court. You have the choice between basically an industry hack to be on the Supreme Court of Wisconsin and between a very dignified, smart, unbiased, fair attorney in the name of Susan Crawford. The choice that you have is very clear. I urge you to go to the polls and vote for Susan Crawford. We cannot afford Brad Schimel on the Wisconsin Supreme Court.